When my wife first said she wanted an open marriage, she framed it like it was some enlightened evolution of love. "We've been together 12 years," Vanessa said one night, swirling wine in her glass like she was about to pitch a business deal. "Don't you think we deserve freedom, exploration, honesty?" Honesty. That word almost made me laugh. I stared at her across the kitchen island, trying to process what she was actually saying. We weren't struggling. At least I didn't think we were. We had a house, routines, inside jokes. But lately she'd been distant. Longer nights at work events, guarded phone habits, sudden gym memberships. "Is there someone?" I asked quietly. She didn't answer immediately, and that was my answer. "It's not about someone," she said finally. "It's about me. It's about growth. I don't want to cheat. I want us to agree. Open, transparent, mature." Transparent. Another word that didn't fit. I should have walked out right then, but I didn't. Instead, I nodded slowly and said, "If we're doing this, it has to be equal." "Of course," she said quickly. Too quickly. The rules were simple, according to her. No bringing anyone to the house. No emotional attachments. Complete honesty. She seemed relieved when I agreed, almost excited. And within 2 weeks, I knew exactly who the not about someone was. Mark, her coworker. The one whose name had started appearing in conversations months ago, the one who suddenly needed her help on late projects, the one who texted her memes at midnight. She didn't hide it anymore. Not fully. She'd leave dressed differently, more effort, more perfume. There was a glow about her that hadn't been there for me in years. One evening, as she got ready, I asked casually, "Seeing Mark tonight?" She paused in the mirror, then shrugged. "You said honesty, right?" "Honesty," I smiled. "Yeah," I said, "honesty." That's when I made my decision, because here's what she didn't know. I had already done my homework. Mark wasn't single. Mark had a wife. Her name was Elena, and unlike Vanessa, I didn't believe in half-truths disguised as empowerment. So I reached out, not aggressively, not dramatically, just a simple message. "Hi, Elena. I think we should talk. I believe our spouses have something in common." She responded within the hour. We met at a quiet cafe 2 days later. Elena looked exhausted, not surprised, just tired. "How long have you known?" she asked me after I explained everything. "Long enough," I said. She nodded slowly. "I suspected, but every time I asked, he said I was insecure. Funny how that works. We compared timelines, messages, stories. It all lined up perfectly. While my wife was preaching about modern love and freedom, she had already been laying the groundwork. "He told me they were just colleagues," Elena said, staring into her coffee. "Then suddenly he's working late twice a week." I leaned back in my chair. "Vanessa wanted an open marriage," I told her. Elena looked up sharply. "And you agreed?" she asked. "Yes," I said calmly. "Because if we're going to be open, let's really be open." She studied my face, understanding dawning. "What are you thinking?" she asked. I smiled for the first time in weeks. "I'm thinking," I said, "that honesty should be shared." The following Friday, Vanessa was glowing again. New dress, that subtle smirk she tried to hide. "Going out?" I asked. "Mark's hosting a little dinner," she said casually. "Just coworkers." "Perfect," I replied. "I'll join." Her smile faltered. "It's not really that kind of thing." "I insist," I said. "Open means open." She hesitated, but she couldn't argue without exposing the hypocrisy. So we went. Mark opened the door, clearly not expecting me. "Hey man," he said too loudly. "Didn't know you were coming." "Surprise," I said warmly. Vanessa was tense beside me. I could feel it. We stepped inside, and 10 minutes later, there was another knock at the door. Mark frowned. "Expecting someone?" "I am," I said calmly. He opened the door. Elena stood there. The silence that followed was deafening. Vanessa went pale. Mark's confident posture collapsed instantly. "Elena, what are you doing here?" he stammered. She stepped inside slowly, eyes never leaving his face. "I thought we should all practice honesty," she said evenly. Vanessa turned to me, panic flashing across her expression. What did you do? Exactly what you wanted, I replied. I opened things up. Mark started talking fast. Excuses, misunderstandings, blaming miscommunication. Vanessa tried to pivot, to frame it as progressive, mutual, consensual. Elena cut through it with one sentence. Did you tell your husband you were already sleeping with mine before you asked for an open marriage? The room went dead quiet. Vanessa's face told me everything I needed to know. I didn't yell. I didn't rage. I just looked at her. You wanted freedom, I said quietly. You wanted transparency. You wanted no secrets. Her eyes filled with tears. I was going to tell you. No, I said calmly. You were going to control the narrative. Mark tried to intervene. Elena silenced him with a single look. Within minutes, the illusion shattered completely. No empowerment, no modern love philosophy. Just two people who thought they were smarter than the spouses they underestimated. Elena left first. I followed her out. Vanessa called my name behind me, but I didn't stop. 2 months later, the divorce papers were finalized. Vanessa tried to frame it as irreconcilable differences. I didn't argue. I didn't need to. The truth had already spoken. Elena left Mark too. We don't talk often, but sometimes she sends a simple message. You handled it with dignity. That matters. Here's what I learned. An open marriage requires honesty from the start. What my wife wanted wasn't openness. She wanted permission to justify what she had already done. And when she pushed for stay or accept it, I chose something she didn't expect. Clarity. She thought I'd fight for her. Instead, I invited reality to dinner, and reality ended everything.